The following program contains the truth. Be warned. This is not your typical corporate-sponsored mindless entertainment show designed to dumb you down. This program will free your mind as we attempt to destroy the false realities created by the mainstream media. You may experience a psychological discomfort known as cognitive dissonance. So if you can't handle the truth, we suggest you change the channel. But if you think you can, don't say we didn't warn you.
We are African, and we happen to be in America.
Like the police and our community occupy our area, our community of the foreign troop occupies territory.
I teach, but no one wants to check the evidence.
He cannot choose to distort and disorient truth because truth is coming back.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Infotainment. I am your host, Brother Prophecy, and you're watching Liberated TV. Well, today is our season finale, and we have an outstanding program for you today. We want to talk about religion. More specifically, why we believe in some of the things that we believe in. Now, I already know that for many of us, this is a very sensitive subject. One thing that I realize is this: when dealing with this subject, many of us are not really concerned with finding out the truth. We're only concerned with validating that which we already believe. But understand, this show is not about validating beliefs. What this is about is finding out the truth. Therefore, some of the things that we talk about on this program today may make some of you uncomfortable. But listen to me closely, because it is not my job here at Liberated TV to make you feel comfortable. My job is to provide you with the information that will free your mind. So let us begin. Now, religion is too big of a subject for me to focus on in this 30-minute period. So we're going to focus on the central figure of the Christian religion, which is none other than the individual known as Jesus Christ, or Jesus the Christ, because Christ is not a last name, it's actually a title. Now, why do we want to focus on the individual known as Jesus? Simple. Because here in America, especially for so-called black people in America, we love us some Jesus. That's crazy about Jesus. Many of my brothers and sisters even tell me that there's power in the name Jesus. So let's start right there with the name Jesus. Because many people would say that it's a well-known fact that the letter J is the last letter added to the alphabet. Therefore, 2,000 years ago, when all of this stuff was supposedly going on, nobody named Jesus could have existed. So, is there any evidence of this? Let's find out. Now, you actually can find information about this probably lying around your house in a dictionary, encyclopedia. Just go look up the letter J. Because according to Encyclopedia Americana, the letter J came into existence in 1630. Well, it actually came into use in 1630. In fact, in the original translation of the King James Version of the Bible, there was actually no J's in that version of the Bible. In fact, the Messiah, Jesus, the name Jesus did not even appear. The name given for the Messiah was something like Isis, something like that. Now, the reason for this is because the letter J actually derives from the letter I. If you go back to medieval period, and really before that, you'll find that the letter I once represented two separate sounds. Just like today, the letter C represents the K sound as in cat, and the S sound as in city. Well, back then, the letter I represented the I sound as in igloo or index, and the Y sound as in year or yesterday. The same as RY. In essence, in order to cut down on confusion, whenever there was a word, what people started doing is whenever they had a word that had the I that represented the Y sound, like RY, they began to put a little curve at the bottom of the I to represent the different sounds in order to cut down on confusion. So in essence, the J and the I was once the same letter. Now, you can verify this information easily. If you want to, you can just go to an encyclopedia, dictionary, do the etymology. Go to Dr. Black class on Wednesday. He can break it down for you much better than I can. Or you could just do a Google search for the missing J. It'll break it all down and give you all kind of resources where you can go verify this. But in essence, it is unlikely, almost impossible for 2,000 years ago somebody named Jesus to have existed. Most people would say his name probably would have been something like Yahshua. Now, hopefully most of you all know that because it's relatively simple and is well known. But I think that at least if you're going to worship someone as your savior or whatnot, you should at least get the name right. But I don't want to spend too much time on that. But I do want to talk briefly about something I saw on television a couple of years ago. Because a few years ago, I was looking at television, the BBC, British News, and I saw the Pope. He was over in Poland, and he was with tens of thousands of Europeans, the Polish, white people basically. And they unveiled this gigantic image of a black woman who was holding a baby, a black baby, which was a representation of the baby Christ. Black images. And when they unveiled this gigantic image, all of these tens of thousands of white people dropped to their knees and started worshiping this image of a black Christ. It made me wonder, how is it that in America, even right here in Memphis, Tennessee, you can go to several black churches and have a big, gigantic image of a white Jesus? We'll talk about that and more when we come back. Peace, y'all.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ray Hagan.
That's why the black family is messed up.
And you are watching Liberated TV. Free your African mind.